Good evening. From its pack of cards, the BJP has played its ace. Narendra Modi is now the prime ministerial candidate. This was expected. It has now been made official. Let's bring you those pictures of celebrations at the BJP headquarters. Firecrackers and workers excited in many ways. This was the choice of the BJP cadre. That's Rajnath Singh and Narendra Modi at the BJP headquarters. There was never any confusion about what would happen at the parliamentary board, but till the very end there was confusion over whether LK Advani would attend or not. And at the last moment, Advani chose to stay away. In many ways, the Parivar has sidelined its patriarch. Advani skipped the meeting, but it is the end of the Advani generation, perhaps as the party moves from an earlier Loh Purush to its new Iron Man, or so it hopes. But the real battle, of course, begins now. As we've been saying, the BJP's modification is complete, or modification should we call it. It's played what it believes is its trump card. Narendra Modi is the official prime ministerial candidate for 2014. The Congress is saying the BJP can celebrate its Diwali now. We'll have ours later. The patriarch is sidelined. He's alone at home while the celebrations are on at the party headquarters, though Narendra Modi is headed to meet him. So it's exit Advani and enter Modi. The question now is, what kind of campaign will Narendra Modi run? Will he have to recast himself on the national stage? What will Moditva as an election slogan come to stand for now? Let's introduce our guest now. With us in the studio, Swapan Das Gupta, senior commentator and journalist. From Mumbai, joining us is somebody who's been associated with the BJP but has recently been very critical of what's been happening in the party. Sudhindra Kulkarni is joining us. And we've also got Meghnad Desai. He is joining us from Goa today. And Renuka Chaudhary of the Congress Party is also with us. Swapan Das Gupta, let me start with you. On Twitter, you said that one-man veto has to end. This manana politics has to end. The BJP tried hard to manao LK Advani. It didn't work. Now, in a letter to Rajnath Singh, he's not just criticized or defended his decision to stay away, he's also criticized Rajnath Singh's style of functioning. Does that matter in the bigger picture of what's just happened? The BJP has a prime ministerial candidate.
I think, you know, it may be cruel to say so, but I think Advaniji's intervention is in the nature of a footnote today.
A footnote?
Yeah.
This is the man who built the party, took it from 2 to 85.
I know, it's very cruel sometimes. Life is very cruel. It has happened in the past of people who've been bypassed by circumstances, by events. And I think Mr. Advani's thing is to. So I think really, whatever his misgivings are, today he cuts a very sorry figure. He cuts a very isolated figure. He's out of tune with the mood of the party, which he certainly played a seminal role in building up. And I think people are not looking at the past now. They are looking at something for the future.
And what is the import of this moment? Did you think there was a chance that it may not happen? And now that it's happened, in many ways, Modi's real battle begins now.
Of course, undeniably so. I think there are celebrations, but these are the celebrations of the committed. There's a far bigger constituency outside which has to be convinced that that you present a worthwhile, credible alternative to the Congress. Yes, Mr. Modi has been able to generate, and it's very important to get the committed on your side, because in normal political mobilization, it's the percolation of the sentiments of the committed which influence the others.
Okay, I want to talk a little bit about how he's actually going to get the fence sitters, because there are the uncommitted and there's the committed, and we need to talk a little bit about that. But Sudhindra Kulkarni, before we actually play out for you what Narendra Modi said in his brief remarks, you have been arguing that Modi is somebody who's polarized his own party. Does the word polarization still work when you look at it? Advani was isolated. He was the only person who did not attend. Even others who had been shooting from his shoulder, Sushma Swaraj, Murli Manohar Joshi, they attended, they gave in. We don't know whether they were critical at the parliamentary board meeting. And there are those pictures today of Sushma Swaraj sitting right next to Modi. I don't know if it was accidental or deliberate. There are those pictures of Modi touching Sushma Swaraj and Murli Manohar Joshi's feet. We'll play those pictures now. But Sudhindra Kulkarni, does your phrase, this is a man who polarizes his own party, apply when only Advani stayed away?
See, Barkha, Advani ji, not just by staying away, but by expressing his pain at the manner in which the party is run, has actually warned the party as well as the nation at the danger that lies ahead. You see, one can understand the enthusiasm and the umang among the party cadre. After all, the party has been out of power for 10 years. It's natural for the party to get enthused when someone who is popular, among the party workers is declared as the party's prime ministerial candidate. But there's a much, much larger constituency which is not very convinced. And today, the fact that the tallest leader in the party is unhappy, he's not unhappy because of any personal ambition. See, the completely misinterpretation of Advani ji's conduct. To the extent that I know him, he is the most selfless leader in Indian politics.
So why is he doing this?
But he's raising some basic questions.
Why is he doing this? What do you think that he has gained today? What do you think his letter to Rajnath Singh?
Personal gain, personal loss don't matter. For all we know, he might get completely isolated and his personal political career may have come to an end today. That doesn't matter. But he has rendered a great service to the nation and in fact to his own party by warning at the manner in which the party is being run, and of course the choice that it has made. History will show that it is a wrong choice, and most probably it's not even a very, very useful choice.
Let me get Meghnath Desai there in briefly. Meghnath, you have argued, and we were talking about this earlier, that if Advani is the Bhishma Pitama, then Modi is Karn. Now, if we stay with this today, Bhishma Pitama looks completely isolated.
Indeed he does. Of course, there is a serious choice. If Bhishma Pitamaha leads, Karna cannot fight. Only if Bhishma Pitamaha retires, that Karna can come in and fight. That is the solution. That is the sort of situation. And I think, in a sense, there are a lot of things going on here. And no doubt, Shri Advani has no selfish motive in all this. But, there always comes a time in a political party when an older generation has to give way to the younger generation.